So we'll discuss what is the meaning of assembly drawing. So assembly drawing is an final drawing, so where it is necessary to go for assembling of different parts of a machine or in system. Okay. So assembly drawings are those drawings which show and relations between the relations, locations, as well as the positions of different components. Okay, different components are to be there in a particular machine or a system. So these drawings also show some orthogonal planes, sections, elevations, okay, and important is a bill of materials. So these drawings act as universal graphic language between two technical people so that they can convey their ideas. Okay? This is what important in an industry from identifying problem to the presentation or the delivery of a particular machine or a system. Okay? So there are several types of such drawings are there. So important is first one is a design assembly drawing. A design assembly drawing. Once you design a system or once you design a component, so you need to provide its detailed drawing. Okay? You need to provide its a detailed drawing. So this design assembly drawing so includes the dimensions and material specifications as well as some GD&T symbols also. Some GD&T symbols. Okay? So important is to get the all parameters which are necessary for manufacturing purpose, which are necessary for manufacturing purpose. So next is a detailed assembly drawing. So it's almost all similar to the design assembly drawing. So but in detailed assembly drawing, so you need to get detailed information of a particular component or every component which are to be there in a particular machine or a system. So next one is a sub-assembly drawing. So sub-assembly drawing is an just a part of an assembly drawing here. If a component or if a machine is a combination of n number of parts, okay, n number of parts, then you need to go for sub-assembly drawings. Okay? So for example, if you consider an IC engine, okay, so IC engine itself consists the n number of parts. So that is what crankshaft is there, connecting rod is there, piston ring is there, so cylinder head is there, exhaust valve is there. Okay, so it's not possible to give the entire drawing in a one sheet. On that cases, you can go for sub assembly drawings. Okay. So next, installation assembly drawings for a catalogs, assembly drawings for instruction manual. Next, exploded assembly drawing and schematic assembly drawing. Okay. So installation assembly drawings are constructed for the erection or the assembly of a product. Okay. It provides regarding information how a component or how a base will be positioned in relation to its supporting or subsequent or adjacent components. So it also provides information about dimensional data. Okay, it also provides dimensional data. So these drawings are provide useful information for assembling the machine as they reveal all the parts of a machine in their correct working positions. Okay? That is what the importance of installation assembly drawings. Next one is exploded assembly drawings. So these are technical drawings. So now exploded assembly drawings. These are technical drawings of an object that shows its various components. Okay, its various components. So the 3D explorer diagrams are generated through using some CAD softwares. So where you can get the relative positions as well as the motion as well as the correlation of every parts, how they are going to get to be connected or to be assembled. So last one is schematic. So schematic is defined as a picture that shows something in a simple manner. Okay, so schematic means they can go for just showing some block diagrams with some indication of reference numbers. Okay, so here you can connect those with easy understanding. Okay, so the schematic representation of the unit facilities easy understanding of its operating principle. Okay, for example, if you want to assemble, they will give some numberings 1 2 3 4 5 6. So now based on those numberings you need to go for assembly. Okay, that is what a schematic assembly drawing. So as I said, these are the drawings classified as design assembly drawings, working drawings, sub assembly drawings, installation assembly drawings, etc. So now a design assembly drawing. So as I said, when a machine is designed, an assembly drawing or a design layout is first drawn to clearly visualize the performance, shape, and the clearance of the various parts. Okay? Clearance of various parts. Visualize the performance, shape, as well as clearance of various parts comprising the machine or a system. Next, detail drawing is what it is usually made up for simple machines, okay, comprising of a relatively smaller number of parts. Okay, as I said, if component or if a machine is a complex, so then you can go for the different sub-assembly drawings. Okay, different sub-assembly drawings, right? So now detailed assembly drawing, use of a specific parts in enlargements, showing the fitting of parts together may also be drawn in addition to the regular. Those drawings may be drawn in addition to the regular assembly drawings. This is what necessary when a component is of in very small dimensions, of a minute dimensions, then you need to go for some enlargements. So where the position has to be recorded or some alignment has to be observed. Okay, so that is what if I have a small component of 1 mm, 2 mm, or a 5 mm, so you need to go for some enlargement with respect to the bigger components or the larger dimension components. Okay? So let us look at some examples here. So how the assembly is made for small components, or small machine elements or small equipments. Important thing is first you need to identify. Okay, first you need to identify BOM. Okay, so that is what a bill of materials. So now based on this one, you can identify how many parts are to be there, how many parts are to be there in assembly, right? So for example, now this is what and split it is a muff coupling only, not a split muff coupling, muff coupling. So you just look out. So first is what a shaft is there. How many number of here it has to be two number of. Next, what is the second component or part number two? It is of muff. So in bill of materials, it is going to give all the descriptions. That is what is the sequence number or what is the part number and its a description and what type of material is used and how many number of components or parts to be required to make this assembly. Okay. Now, if you look over the shaft is out of iron. Okay, so with the 410W. Okay, this is what material specification. Second is a muff. It is made of cast iron here. So now it is only one component. Third one is a taper key. It is of made of again iron. So 410W. How many number of keys are required here? Only one. Okay. Now, if you look out, you need a total number of parts to be assembled here. Total number of parts to be assembled here are 4. Now it is what? 2 plus 1 plus 1. Here it is a 4. Okay. Now you got how many number of parts are to be there in the assembly. Okay. Next, how to correlate them or how to assemble them. So first you need to identify the second you need to identify the dimensions here. Second you need to identify the dimensions. Okay. So now based on dimensions you can find out so what are the correlated objects are to be there or parts are to be there. Okay. Let us look out here. Okay. Let us look out. So what is the first component here? First component is a shaft. Okay. So its dimensions are given here. It is a diameter is 25 with some tolerances are there. Now leave it. Okay. Then they have given the length of keyway. This is what a keyway. Okay. Next, one part is what? Now coming to the second part, it is of cast iron. Okay, so muff. Now this is what a muff. You look at this is second number muff. Now you just observe the dimensions here. Now this is what a pi 25. Okay, and outer diameter here it is given 63. Okay, length is 88. Length is 88. Now this is what if you consider this is a front view and this is what a side view. Now we can observe here. So as it is provided with a dashed line. Okay, it's provided with the dashed line. So that is what a hidden portion. So this indicates it has some removed material. So you can observe that removed material here. Okay. Now for this removed material, what is the dimension here? It is exactly 25. Right. Now what is the dimension of a shaft? It is 25. Okay. Then you can just imagine this shaft has to be inserted in this hub portion. Okay. It is to be inserted in hub portion. Okay. Now what is the next part? Next part is what a key. Okay, key. Now you look at the key here. So now its thickness is 7 mm here. Okay, its width is 8 mm. Okay, so length is 98 mm. Length is 98 mm. Okay, now if you look over the keyway here, okay, if you look over the keyway, now how much length is here? It is a 60. Okay, now what about the length of key? It is a 98. That means if you consider 98 minus 60, so 38 mm is more length. Is more length. Right. Next, if you consider the number of shafts as a 2, okay. Now they have given a number of shafts are 2. That means you need to insert two shafts. Okay, those two shafts are to be connected with the help of this key. Okay, with the help of this key. Now, what is the key position? Key position already specified in muff. Okay, so you can just look out. It is in vertical position. So width is here. It is 8 mm. Now, with respect to the bottom quadrant point, overall height of this top surface of the key is 27.4 mm. Okay. Now difference you are going to get here 25 minus 27.4. It is nearly 2.4 mm. Okay, nearly 2.4 mm. Okay. Now it is what 2.4 mm has a groove in hub. That is what a keyway in hub. Okay, keyway in muff. And if you consider the dimensions of this shaft, okay, now you just look out. Keyway is cut at a distance of 21 mm from this quadrant point. Now, how much you are going to get? 25 minus 21, you are going to get a 4 mm. Okay, that means so nearly gap is provided for insertion of key is, it is a 4 plus 2.4. It is what? 6.4 mm. Okay, 6.4 mm. Now, they have given a slope here. Okay, you just look out slope. Okay, if it is bigger end is 7 mm. Okay, then smaller end is reduced for 1 is to 100. That means if length of this key is 100 mm, then the smaller end is 6 mm. Okay, smaller end is 6 mm. Okay, now observing this type of dimensions and the relative positions, we can assemble the components. Okay? Now let us look out how the assembly is done here. Okay, this is what isometric view of an muff coupling. Okay, now this is what a muff. Okay, you just look out, one shaft is inserted from right hand side, another shaft is inserted from left hand side. So this has been connected with the help of a taper key. Okay, this has been connected with the help of taper key. If you consider the dimensions here, okay, muff length is 88, key length is 98. If you consider the slot which is going to be formed after joining two shafts is 120 mm. Okay, now if I draw the diagram here, okay, I'll just draw a rough diagram. This is one shaft. Okay, this is another shaft. Okay, so now if you consider keyway, now total keyway is how much? Keyway length is, after combine these two, it is 120 mm. So now we can position the key here for 98 mm. Okay, then you can position muff here. Okay, you can position muff. Now we'll just go for the full section view here. Okay, now this is what a full section view. Right, full section view. Suppose if they ask a half section, you need to go for only quadrant portion. I think you know sections. I think you know sections in computer-aided machine engineering drawing. Okay, this is one example. Okay, this is one example. So let us go for second one. Okay, now this is what a knuckle joint. This is what knuckle joint. Okay, again you just first check out the BOM here. Okay, so BOM, you just count here, it has a 5 number of parts total. Okay, now look out how many components are there. 5 components are there, total number of. Okay, then you check out the material. Okay, all are made up of iron. Okay, now you just observe one by one component. Okay, so let us go for first as a fork. Now where is a fork? Now this is what a fork. This is what a front view and its top view. Okay. Now the clearance, it's just like an U shape here. Okay. It's just like an U shape. Okay. Now the clearance, you just check out. Now you have a just U shape here. Let us look out here. One thing is over. Okay. And if you look out the top view, it has a hole here. Okay. And it has some extended portion here. This is what pi 25. Okay, and this outer portion is pi 50. And next, now this symbol indicates it is of what? A square section. It is of square section. Next, octagon inscribed in square 30 mm. That means from this portion to this portion, so the cross section is of octagon shape. Okay, octagonal shape. Okay, this is first part is over. Next, coming to the second part. Second part is what? It is the eye. Second part is eye. Now you just look out. It has some gap here. Okay, it has some gap. Okay, now gap is how much here? 30 mm. Now it has thickness of 30 mm. Okay, it has thickness of 30 mm. Okay, now you can correlate these two dimensions. That means this eye is to be placed inside the fork. Okay, next look at other dimensions. It has a hole, okay, of diameter 25. Here also hole it is of a diameter 25. Okay, this is a front view and it's top view. Now we can just share. Here it is also hole of 25 mm diameter. Here also it is of 25 mm diameter. Okay. Now you can easily place this fork, eye inside the fork. Now coming to the third part. Third part is of a pin here. Okay. So third part is a pin. Okay. Now this is what a third part. It is a pin. Okay. Now look out the dimensions here. So now here its diameter is 25 mm here. Okay. Now its the collar diameter is 38. Collar diameter is 38. Now this diameter of 25 mm. Okay. And this diameter of hole 25 mm. Now these are the correlated. Okay. Next, what is the fourth part? Fourth part is a collar here. Okay. Collar. And look at the dimension. Collar inner diameter is 25 mm, outer diameter is 38. Okay. That means this collar has to be placed over the pin. Collar has to be placed over the pin. Next, they have given one hole here. It is of 6 mm. Okay, one side hole. Right, and you can just observe here. It has a small hole here. Next, taper of that hole is 1 is to 50. Taper of that hole is 1 is to 50. Next, coming to the last part, it is what a taper pin. It is of a taper pin. Okay. So now length is 44 mm. You just look out dimensions here. It is 6.5 mm. Okay. Now here it is a 6 mm diameter. Okay. That means so as it is a taper 1 is to 50 for 44 mm. If a bigger end is 6.5 mm, so this is smaller end is approximately 5.5 mm. I'm going to say it is approximately. Okay. That means so you can easily insert this pin inside this hole. Okay. And one more cross check you can just observe here. So taper here it is a 1 is to 50. Here also it is a 1 is to 50. Now, if I want for drawing the diagram, now we'll just draw the diagram here. So what is the first part? First part is a port. Now we'll draw the port here. So drawing this diagram according to some use of drawing tools, it will give some little bit difficulty. So you need to make some practice here. Right? Next. Now this is what I. This is what an I. Okay. This is what second portion, second part. Okay. Next. What is the third part? Third part is pin. Okay. Pin. Next, fourth part is washer. Now I'll place washer here. Right? Last part is taper pen. Last part is taper. Okay. If you want for drawing its top view, you want to get a sorry, this has to be covered. I'm just drawing rough. Okay, you'll get this is to be covered. Okay, so this is what top view.